Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff. Today I am getting to some of your requests. We've gone quite a while without the request queue, and it's time to take care of our sponsored requests. So we've got two from JY Comma, and we've got one from our bud Cody King. So I'm going to try and get all three of those up today, but if not, then you'll see them coming up shortly. But this one is our first request from our first ever Patreon Black Tier sub. Thank you so much, JY Comma. One More Chance from Super Junior. Was told that this is a beautiful song, and I gotta watch it. So, the only Super Junior experience I have so far is not too long ago, about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, when I did the reaction for Showtime. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one says it was put out about 6 years ago, but I'm looking at so how when you start the video, the very first frame, the first frame of the video has the date on here as October 27th, 2017. So yeah, I guess it's like 6.5 going on 7 years ago. All right, so I know they've been around for a long time. I'm looking forward to seeing some of their older stuff now. So let's go back, or well, not back, but you know what I mean. Let's take a step back in time, so to speak, and go watch some Super Junior. How's that? All right, this is One More Chance. Now, JY Comma did already tell me there's no subs. She sent me, or I apologize, I didn't think to ask. They sent me a link to a site where we have the lyrics, so I've pulled that up over here. As usual, we'll watch the video the first time, and then the second time we will read along with the lyrics.
뚜렷했던 모습도 잊혀지나요? 그런 시간이 있긴
This is going to be one of those heartfelt songs, huh?
행복했던 그 기억도 다 지워지나요? 그런 사랑이 사랑인가요? Oh no. 같이 걷던 거리에 혼자 있어도 거짓말처럼 모든 게 믿겨지지 않네요. 한순간의 찰나가 영원할 줄 알았던 그 생각도 마음도 모두 이기적이었나요? 이제는 서로 다른 시간 속에 다 익숙해지고 너와 내가 만날 순간 속에 다시 눈물이 흘러도
They've all got beautiful vocal tones.
이 노래가 되고 나도 몰래 다시 내게로 물들어져가 이대로 빛처럼 가지마요 난 오늘도 이렇게 적셔진 젖은 흔적들 속에서 그대를 지켜줘 지울 수 있을까요 또 한 번 더 할 수만 있다면 Just one more chance 볼 수 있게 괜찮을 줄 알았던 또 다른 내일도 시간이 지나면 지날수록 깊어져가네요 그리움이 지나면 새로울 줄 알았던 내 마음속 시계는
A little violin there in the mix.
빗속에서 있어도 난 그게 좋았어 네가 남긴 흔적들이었으니 모든 게 그리움은 아름다운 고통일 테니까 견딜 수 있을 거라 생각했어 난 실수도 많았고 상처도 많았어
Rap flow right in the pocket.
두려워 주저앉고 끝내고 싶기도 해 마르고 사라져 그렇게 넘어져 떠나면 안 돼 제발 이대로 비처럼 가지 마
You could feel that build up coming.
난 오늘도 이렇게 적셔진 젖은 흔적들 속에서 그대를 찾겠죠 지울 수 있을까요 또 한 번 더 할 수만 있다면 Just one more chance 볼 수 있게 어디로 가고 있는지 언제 끝나는지 알 수 없는 길을 선 것만 같아 이제 널 다시 한 번만 볼 수 있다면 다신 그 손 놓치지 않을
Oh, don't cry.
비처럼 가지 마요 난 오늘도 이렇게 적셔진 젖은 흔적들 속에서 그대를 찾겠죠 지울 수 있을
Beautiful melodic structuring here.
한 번 더 할 수만 있다면 Just one more chance 볼 수 있게 볼 수 있게
Wow. Okay, so it was in fact a beautiful song, and thank you so much for requesting it. Like, okay, so without knowing the words, it is hard to get the message, but the video makes me think, and of course we see the girl walking away. It makes me think that maybe it's like a love song where they're begging for another chance. Don't know if that it's accurate. We're going to find out when we go through the second playthrough and I can actually see what they're saying. But there are a few scenes in the video that I want to point out, even without having had the lyrics, and I'll try and remember to do that as I'm going through the lyrics on this second playthrough. But just beautiful vocals and the construction of the song. Because I'm not a music guy, like I don't have a ton of music theory knowledge, and I'm not someone who played an instrument that was like any sort of even close to professional thing. So my experience in ways of describing certain things are very limited. But it just feels like this song was constructed well. The melodies changed in a very pleasing way. The build-ups were nice. And when they threw in the rap part, our rapper was just right in the pocket, delivering a great flow the whole time. Yeah, okay. Let's go back here. Okay, so this first scene right here, even before we've got lyrics, we've got him sitting alone in the room, and now this is an older video, so we're playing the VHS. Although not even 7 years ago, we still had DVDs. Come on, bro. But maybe he's even thinking back to a really early time. I don't know. I mean, it would fit the theme in the sense that Super Junior is a pretty old, not old, senior group. But yeah, okay. Anyway, so he's sitting here in this empty room and he's pressing play, and it's like he's like rewatching the memories of them together. Maybe not literally, but maybe in his head. Because then we see the person standing before him. Now, one other thing, and we're going to get to this, I've mentioned in so many videos by this point, that many love songs are really fan songs. Why do I mention that right here? Well, you notice at no point in this video do we ever actually see this woman's face. Like, sure, we can tell it's a woman, so it could just be a love song, but because we never see her face or really anything other than her body outline, it could just as easily be an avatar for the fans themselves. And I have a theory based on if that's the case, but I'm not gonna, elaborate until we actually see some lyrics here.
뚜렷했던 모습도 잊혀지나요? 그런 시간이 있긴 한가요? 너무너무 행복했던 그 기억도 다 지워지나요? 그런 사랑인가요?
Okay, so this first part, will the clear image of you be forgotten? Will that time ever come? Basically, like, will the time that so when you're with someone, obviously you're in the present and things are crystal clear, like they're right in front of you. But as time passes and maybe distance comes between you, or maybe bad feelings come between you, or whatever, then this crystal clear image you used to have starts to fade and starts to become blurry if you want to make it a figurative image. And so he's saying, like, will the time come that we don't recognize each other, or that I don't recognize you anymore, essentially? Will the happy memories get all erased? We see him playing the VHS tape, and one thing about VHS tapes that was, I don't know if I would say it's unique to that media, but it's certainly different than what we have now, is that it was really easy to accidentally screw up a tape. And what I mean by that is not only could you damage the tape, but you could also accidentally record over it. I remember a time, I'm not going to tell this full story because, like I said, I know my mom watches these videos, so I'm not going to put her on blast. But basically, one time I had a kindergarten graduation, and I was watching, my parents had recorded it, and I was watching my graduation tape with my cousins at my grandma's house, and apparently my parents had also accidentally recorded over the graduation. And so we didn't actually get to see the full graduation. We saw whatever they recorded. Because it was easy to accidentally put some new stuff over the original content. And so when he's saying, like, will the happy memories get all erased, not only is he obviously saying, like, will we forget the good times, but they use the VHS tape here in the video, and it really kind of highlights how easy that could happen. But then the next line, is that love even love? Meaning, like, if it was so easily forgotten with just a little bit of time, was it really love that we had? Maybe it was a relationship of convenience. Maybe it was just, you liking them in that moment, but you didn't really love them. And like I said, I have a theory regarding my previous interpretation of the woman being an avatar for the fans and just this part of the lyric, but I'm going to hold on to that for now because I don't want to sound stupid just yet, but I promise I'll share the theory in a little while. Also, I don't really like to stop mid-verse when we're talking about the lyrics, but video-wise, look at this. So he's getting to the door, and it's like, normally we think of doors when we see them in media, if it's being artistic. If it's being literal, then obviously it's just a door. But if it's being, an artistic device, we think of doorways or doors as a gateway to something new. Or if you're shutting the door, maybe you're like closing yourself off to whatever possibility was on the other side, whether that's good or bad. If you're opening a door, you're trying to embrace something new, or, you know, go for a new opportunity, that kind of thing. But with this, he's opening the door, and it looks like he expected something else. And we see this a few times in other scenes where, with other doors, it's like just more of the same is sitting on the other side. It's not anything new. It's just like he's gone from this almost warehouse looking area to like a backstage looking area, but there's still nobody there. And maybe he expected somebody to be there, but he's looking around, there's nobody. And it's like hitting him that there's no one here. Now, same thing here. We get this same type of situation where you're opening the door and you're looking around. Everything's the same except it's empty. There's no one there. And they all look so sad. So this could be, like I said, a relationship where the person has walked out and they're looking for them, trying to get another chance. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw my theory out there because everything looks good enough to make me not look foolish at this point. It could be that the fans have left them, or at least they perceive that the fans have left. Maybe time has put a gap between the fans and themselves, and maybe as they were walking through these doors, they were expecting the fans to be there, you know, like it's always been, but they get to the like it's always been part and realize there's no one around. And so that first verse, if this theory is correct, then that first verse is like, did you guys ever actually love us, or were you just looking for the next new thing? You know, like, is our time together as this fan and idol relationship, was our time together so easily forgettable that you just move on? Which can be, especially if you're an idol who's been around that long, can be a very sad situation, I would imagine. But this, because I don't know enough Korean, I don't know where we are in the lyrics, so I'm just going to read this next chunk. I'm alone on the streets we used to walk on together, but like a lie, I can't believe anything. Okay. I thought each moment would last forever. Were those thoughts and feelings all selfish? So I'm going to go with my theory for now, but again, this could be interpreted as, you know, the love song so far anyway. But like, I thought that we'd be together forever, whether that's as a relationship or as the, you know, the fans and the group itself. But was that kind of like one-sided? Was that very selfish of me, thinking like that I could just expect y'all to be here? Here's another scene where we see the girl walking away, but we never see anything about her, like, defining features. Which is why I think this could be just an avatar. Whether it's for the fans, as I'm thinking, or whether it's for just an actual person that, like, you... If it's not defined, you don't associate the story with that person. So meaning you could apply it to your own life. Maybe you have an other that you wanted to have another chance with and they were walking away or whatever. I think that's a plausible explanation, but right now I'm just going to roll with this fan theory. Okay, I was trying to figure out where we were. I was hoping maybe there would be like a word or two that I recognized so that I could stop at the right spot. But okay, so the next part was now we're more used to being in different times. Tears fall in the times we shared together. Endless sighs become this song, and without knowing, I'm colored by you again. So they're thinking back on the good times and even the bad times, but they're reminiscing and they're thinking of how they shared the laughter, the tears, like the tears fall in the times we shared together. And then it's like that wistfulness, like these endless sighs that, you know, how you're just thinking back and you're like, that kind of sigh. The endless sighs become this song. It's like they think about this so often and they express these sighs of, like I said, wistfulness or nostalgia or whatever, and even with a twinge of sadness, that those sighs have formulated, they've been compressed into song, essentially. And without knowing, like, they weren't intentionally doing it, but they're colored by the memories because they've thought about the good and the bad times, and now the world isn't gray at the moment again, at least in that moment, because they have those memories. And again, because I don't know where we are, I'm just going to read the next part. This is the chorus. Okay, so, which I think is what we're actually getting to, but don't go away like the rain. Again today I'm drenched, and in the wet traces I'm looking for you. Will I be able to erase? If only I could do this once more, just one more chance so I could see you. So yeah, they're saying like, don't go away. You know, they compare this person to the weather, the rain that, you know, comes and goes from day to day. And they are drenched in that rain when the person comes. But they're still looking, and so they're looking for one more chance. Like, they just want to see this person or the fans so badly that they'll do, you know, just one more, please, just like, give me one more chance, don't leave. Okay, now I know where we are. You notice the video, he's another member. All of them have scenes. All of them have scenes where they're walking through some setting and everything's basically the same, but they look around and no one's there. Okay, so this verse 2, before we get into the rap. I thought tomorrow would be fine, but the more time passes, the deeper it gets. After this longing passes, I thought my heart would be new. So, like, they thought, you know, the expression time heals all wounds. Like, the more time that passes, you know, the more I acknowledge this longing, they thought that would help them get over it, essentially, and that it wouldn't be so bad. But like a broken clock, it's still the same time. So they're stuck in this time in their heart that they were together, and they can't seem to move on. Again, whether this is love or a fan song meaning like, don't leave us, or please, you know, let us have another time together kind of thing. And I mean, I know obviously this was part of a comeback, but I don't know the context, so I don't know if they were losing fans at this time or what was going on. But it's a really sad thing to think about from an idol's perspective. If you had all this love and adoration from all these people, and then suddenly it's starting to like just disappear almost out of nowhere.
속에서 있어도 난 그게 좋았어 네가 남긴 흔적들이었으니 모든 게 그리움은 아름다운 고통일 테니까 견딜 수 있을 거라 생각했어 난 실수도 많았고 상처도 많았어 사실 다 두려워 주저앉고 끝내고 싶기도 해 비는 내리고 또 마르고 사라져 그렇게 너 먼저 떠나면 안 돼 제발.
Okay, so a few things here. I was focusing more on the lyrics of the rap, but I'm going to point out a couple of things, especially this image. So the rap said, even though I was in the rain, I liked it. So rain, obviously, we normally think of rain as being like this depressing thing, but it can also mean renewing, like energy and that kind of thing. But even though I was in the rain, I liked it. In this case, they're comparing rain to a negative emotion, but I enjoyed it because at least it says because they were traces you left behind, so it's like even the sadness was still traces of that person, so he still enjoyed it because longing is beautiful pain, and it's a beautiful way of saying that, but yeah, it's still, kind of heart-wrenching a little bit. I thought I could endure. I had many mistakes, many scars. Then it gets a little real here. Actually, I'm so scared. I just want to end it all. Now, you could take that for what it probably means at face value, meaning losing you has made me want to literally kill myself. Or if you're taking this more of the tamer approach, but still taking this fan version of my theory or whatever, where they're so scared that they're going to lose everyone that they just want to go ahead and stop trying, essentially. Anyway, rain falls and dries and disappears. You can't just go like that, please. So they're acknowledging that, again, we're going back to that comparison with rain and how it comes and goes, but they enjoy being in that person's rain because it's at least something from them. But they're saying like the rain goes away and it's never the same. Please don't go just like that. But the video we see one who you see this a lot in anime, where a character might go stand in the rain to mask their tears. He's standing under a sprinkler, but it's the same concept. You can tell he's crying, but he's like being doused in the water. And then the rain drying, fire has a tendency to do that. And then we have the VHS tape being destroyed. Now, granted, any media would be pretty much susceptible to fire, but I mentioned earlier how easy VHS tapes were to screw up either physically or record over. And in this case, we're literally like, it's almost like destroying those memories. Same reason you take a photograph or record anything is you want to keep the memories, but if you're losing what was recorded, it's like you're losing the memory of that. Then we get the chorus again. Now you even see some of them like running, trying to catch them to get one more chance. Don't cry. By the way, that part was, where am I going? When will this end? Feels like I'm on an unknown path. So they're wandering aimlessly, like we've seen in the video. They're wandering around looking for this person, or really almost at this point, they could be looking for anybody because there's no one there for them. And you notice none of the members are together either in this video, so it's almost like they're separated, still looking for a chance. If I could see you just once more, I would never let go of that hand. So again, we could have the love story or this theory about them growing apart from the fans, and like them begging for that one chance, which is where we've been leading from this whole video and the title. And like, if you just give them that one chance, you take my hand, like I'm never gonna let it go again. I won't betray your trust or let you go or anything else ever again. Then they find the person, but there's still this distance between them. It's the most awkward run ever. I was going to try and read that, but I wouldn't be able to interpret it. Actually, you can't see it behind my camera, but it says the same thing up here. So what does this say? Bijaram Kajimayo. That must mean one more chance in Korean. But anyway. Alright guys, that's the reaction for Super Junior with One More Chance. Beautiful song. I don't know how close I am with my interpretation, so the song's been out for ages, so if you know what the group actually meant by the song, feel free to let me know. If you're new to this like I am and you have your own interpretation, feel free to share that as well. But I appreciate you guys watching this one. Like I said, thank you so much for the request. JY Kama, thank you for the Patreon support. If you're interested in Patreon, we do have free content or paid content there. The paid content does have survival shows. It'll have concerts that I react to, stuff like that. K-dramas once we get to those. Excuse me. But it also comes with guaranteed reaction requests every month. Speaking of requests, there's a link to the spreadsheet in the description below. Where you can see what's been requested, where yours is on the list at any time, so on and so forth. And if you want to move a request to the top of the list, but you don't necessarily want to join Patreon, there is a PayPal link down there that you can also explore. So feel free to check any or all of that out. Thank you for catching this one. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, guys.